Welcome back to Growing in Public. My name is Benjamin Seiflin. I'm the founder of Al Sahar Jewelry, which is a traditional jewelry brand or classic jewelry brand based in the Middle East, which is where I'm based. This series, Growing in Public, is showing you everything I do to get to where I'm going. The goal, it's a tiny goal, is to do 500k by the end of this year, which I should be able to knock out the park. Yeah, so just to start off with, we've done in the past, let's say 30 days, right? Because we've not been active for longer than 30 days. Done 11,800 Saudi riyals, which is just shy of 1,200 dinars, which is about 1.5k pounds. And this is probably an accumulation of the past week, actually. All right, let's get started what I did last week. So we tested some basic ads. I already talked about it in my last video. Nothing crazy. And then there was a pretty shit UGC video on there, which all of these got conversions, but not for long enough, which leads me on to the next thing, which is the testing setup. We do an ABO testing setup where essentially we're doing the whole GCC market for now, where we're just testing. There's like 6 countries, I believe, 5 or 6. And I've got them all in one ad set, completely open targeting. No male or female, just both. No age, no interest. I just test a batch, put £100 a day in the ad set, and then let it go. We also test English and Arabic. We got conversions, obviously, as I just told you, we made some money, and they're all profitable, most of them. The past 3 days, we had 0 conversions. Spending £100 a day, that's £300, no conversions, that's not profit. So turn that off. I spoke with someone else. I'll get back into that in a second. But yeah, I also, last week, we found a new editor she's an Arabic editor in Saudi Arabia. She does video editing, voiceovers, and UGC. Her video edits are $5 for 30 seconds, which is actually fantastic. And they're actually really good. So I'm pretty happy about that. And she's also helping me with like localizing content, translating and stuff like that. So that's pretty fucking clutch. And then we also did some content harvesting, which is the classic dropshipping thing. I essentially just ripped a bunch of content from other competitors because they have the exact same products as us. And I'm having an editor go through the content and essentially just figure out like what we can use, what we can't use, which I need to have a look at. And then a little note about the conversion rate I mentioned before. Our conversion rate is super low. I think it's like 0.3%. But I did some breakdowns on the Facebook feature. It's just a column really. But I saw that all the ads that are performed, like the conversion rate's like 1 to 1.5%. So I feel once we start getting conversions and stuff, it will work. It won't work. It's the wrong terminology. Our conversion rate will increase, which is pretty obvious. Yeah, one thing I want to add as well. Our ads, I'll post a screenshot. The ads, they didn't perform. They performed like crazy AOVs as well. But it's super inconsistent, which kind of led me on because I wanted to then scale the ads, right? Of course. And I was a bit stuck for what to do. Do I just duplicate it into a CBO, run it that way? And try increase the budget that way? Or do I just let the ad creative run, this, that, and the other? I was a bit stuck. I just let it run and then it didn't get any conversions. I spoke with a couple people, which leads me on to what I was going to say before. What we're going to do moving forward is I'm going to change our testing strategy because our main market is Saudi Arabia. Everything else is less than 2 mil, except for, no, that's not true, but Saudi Arabia is 43 million. It's a great market. It's not really that tapped into either. So there's no saturation really. Is what we're going to do. We're going to have 2 campaigns per country. We'll have a testing campaign. They're both CBOs. And then a retargeting campaign. The testing campaign, let's say it's £100 a day, just testing. I'll put creatives into it, at interval timing. If they get budget, they get budget. If they don't get budget, then... And then the retargeting is only for winners. But the campaigns, these are 2 campaigns per country, which means I can kind of control the markets that we're putting budget towards because our ads are just pushing to Bahrain for some reason, which is the smallest market, which is... so ironically where I live. Our general ROAS is okay. Well, our ROAS on everything is great. Just scaling it's weird. Yeah, so with the creatives, what we're going to do is we're going to have 90% Arabic, 10% English. We're going to funnel all the creatives into these different country-specific campaigns, the testing campaigns, and then obviously ones will work better in different countries and we can actually control that, which would be good. Yeah, and then our creative process really moving forward is just to, at the moment, just recreate different ad concepts based on the competitors and then localize it. So competitor A has clearly got an ad that has been performing for a while. We just rip some of the content, have a UGC recreate it, a UGC creator recreates it and then like localize it, make sure like make it in Arabic and stuff like that. That and test like images, but I'm not super familiar with how to test images. I'm gonna have to kind of educate myself on that. There's a couple like minor tasks, so I need to so we have people or customers that are only purchasing like one item. Our main offer is buy one, get one free, of course. But a lot of people aren't claiming the free gift, so maybe it's not that clear that there is a free gift. And to be honest, there's only one section on the product page. I'll put a screenshot at the top. There's only one section and it's just like a announcement bar that says buy one, get one free. And there's no mention of anything else other than the ad creative. So we should probably add a tiny line of text or something very clear. And it says buy one, get one free. Add any 2+ to cart. Because we do get a lot of add to carts, like loads. I don't think it's loads actually. Maybe like 7% our add to cart rate. Actually, hold on. I can just check. Oh, it's not. It's actually low. It's 44%. Yeah, it's pretty low. Never mind. But I still think it will highlight the offer better, which will lead to better conversions. Yeah, which is a weird, I wouldn't say a paradox, but like when you're testing these ads, right? It's like, you know it's going to work. You can clearly find out whether like a product's working or an ad creative is working because you'll just know, like based off conversions. But there are small things that like might hinder that, like what I've just mentioned. So I guess those are pretty important at the start. So I should really just get on top of that. I also need to localize the entire website, make it Arabic. That won't be too much of a hassle. I'm not sure how much it will cost either. I have a friend here that can just do it all for me, but it's definitely going to cost a little bit. And then I had email marketing on here, but it's not really necessary at this point. We're not getting any like consistent revenue. But that's it for the biz or Al Sahar jewelry. What else we got? I put some personal stuff down here. Yeah. Kite surfing, of course. Yeah, the other day I lost my board in OpenSea. This board, it's right there. That was terrifying. It was the first thing you think of is like there's a shark for some reason. Like you're in this open sea, there's nothing, and you're just like, what if there's sharks or something? It's terrifying. But somehow my instructor found the board in the sea, which is like nearly impossible. But yeah, I need to start limiting like my training and just general kite surfing because I end up doing it like on a work day, you know, because you just do it when the wind is good and who knows when that is. There's no like, you can't like set, you can kind of set, you know, based on forecasts, but they're not always right. I need to limit essentially, or the most ideal situation is what I've been doing the past 4 days is like wake up at 5 in the morning, go kite surf, come back, shower, work. That's pretty fucking awesome doing it that way. So just kind of trying to do that really. And then something else I wanted to mention is the Whoop. It's actually, so far it's theming pretty crazy. I like tracking calories, it just tracks everything you need to know really. And obviously it's up to you to do with what you wish with the data. Right now I'm cutting. The goal is to be 85 kilos by June, which is 17 weeks from now, which is like just shy of a kilo a week. And this is actually making it like a lot easier because with the kite surfing and the running that I'm doing and the gym and the extra cardio, I'm burning like 3,200 calories a day. That's kind of like the average. If I don't want to go on a run, it's a lot less. But I'm only eating like 2,200 calories, give or take. So I'll smash it. I think I will. I've already lost like 2 kilos, but that's not much. Gym, I'm doing gym sessions super effective, but super short. Anywhere between half an hour, 45 minutes. I'm doing like 3 to 4 exercises, so a tiny warm up and then like a 20-minute cardio session afterwards. Yeah, so far so good. Just focusing on like 2 strength exercises and then like some hypertrophy to really just ensure I'm not losing muscle during this cut. And then run every morning. I'm doing like one day I'll run like a 2K sprint in like 12 minutes, 10 minutes. The other day I'll do like 5 or 7K, 30 to 40 minutes. Depending on which one. But yeah, the goal was to do a marathon, my first marathon, by June. I don't think that's going to happen though, because I spoke with someone who runs marathons regularly. The first thing he was like, oh, what marathon's happening in June? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, oh, do I actually have to like follow, you know, like the London Marathon, like that kind of. And I was like, fuck, maybe I need to reconsider. And then he was like, why don't you do a half marathon first? And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of true. I guess the goal is now a half marathon by June. There is a half marathon. I'm going to be in Greece. There's a half marathon in June in Greece, in Athens. So half marathon in June. But yeah, man, that's all. So I'm trying to do this every week, or at minimum every 2 weeks from now on. I usually do like a weekly review in the second office over here. This will, once I've done the weekly review and stuff, I'll kind of sum it up in the video, hey? But yeah, man, that's it. Bosh.